we've compared test scores and attendance in Michigan before the pandemic and shortly after. We're on your side this morning with some of the troubling results and what's being done about it. Talk to almost any educator and they'll tell you Michigan's education system was struggling even before the pandemic. Now, 2 years later, everything from test scores to attendance has gotten even worse. Take third grade M-STEP math scores. The year before the pandemic, a little less than 47% of students across the state had average or above average scores. Last year, that number dropped to just above 42%. The trend continued into 8th grade with 69% testing with average scores before the pandemic compared to 63% last year. As for attendance, the state has lost more than 70,000 students in just a 2-year period. Brenda Busker has more than 3 decades of experience in education.
The things that I'm seeing in kids is a lack of confidence. Just the requirements they have they're so demanding, and I think kids are very overwhelmed by it. So I think I'm seeing more emotional issues from the students.
More recently, working even closer to students after starting Higher Horizons Tutoring Center 4 years ago.
With the COVID and how that has impacted our education and just the way that students are taught, whether it's virtually or in person, it just has changed so much.
The state says help is on the way. There are nearly $6 billion in federal COVID-19 aid still available, with the Department of Education still working on where that money will go. And Governor Gretchen Whitmer recently laying out an $18 billion education plan to increase per pupil funding, invest in recruiting teachers, and raise their pay.
There's a heightened awareness with the parents now and with educators too for the kids who were literally falling through the cracks.
And a new report also found schools that kept students in class year-round fared better than districts that did more virtual learning. It showed schools that only offered remote learning saw learning loss in math double that of districts offering in-person learning.